um, wala naman na, right now, all we can do is hope and pray that the Senate impeachment court will be guided morally by the Holy Spirit, and fairness na lang, fairness and sound discretion sana ang mag-prevail sa kanila.
So you're still there. I mean, you believe it, that it's possible.
I believe in miracles,
Okay.
I
All
believe
right.
in spiritual guidance. So sana mag-guide sila.
Yeah,
Yung
so
truth, we're not after, baka maano din, I mean, people might think that we're just so pro VP Sara. We're pro the truth, but we're just confident that the truth will come out in favor of VP
yeah,
Sara. Kasi hindi siya ganyan magiging katapang kung marami siyang tinatago or kung meron siyang tinatago. From the very beginning, at the outset, she already said she wants a bloodbath.
yeah.
Ikukwento.
Okay, please. Yeah.
Kwento lang about terrorism, communism,
Yeah. Yes,
ganyan.
yes.
EDSA revolution, the
Yeah.
influence, diba?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, when I was in high school, I studied in Catholic schools all the way.
Yeah.
So when I was in high school, utusan kami ng mga madre na this was around 1985, 86, ganyan. Utusan kami ng mga madre na magmarcha along Aurora Boulevard,
Mm.
carrying placards na ibagsak si Marcos, iganyan ang gobyerno, basta ganyan. So kami, I was what, 13, 14? We didn't know what it was. We didn't know what it meant, but we were happy to be out of the campus. We
Yeah.
were happy marching along Aurora Boulevard with our friends, 'di
Mm.
ba?
Mm.
Feeling namin field trip. Wow, field trip. Pero may mga dala kaming banners that
Mm.
yung mga nakasulat doon sa banners and placards na yon only dictated by the madre
Yeah.
running the school.
Mm.
So ganyan din ang ginagawa, 'di ba na-mention mo kanina that the schools are being uh,
Infiltrated.
the centers for indoctrination ng
And
communist
radicalization of the civic.
radicalization. So even I came from that school kasi yung mga madre mismo ang nag-uutos sa amin na lumabas kami doon sa kalye at magdala ng placard na nakasulat ganyan ganyan eh. So so with this, I hope that everyone watches our children, especially the younger ones. Dahil formative years pa yan, wala pa silang sarili nilang conclusions about life. They're still not very much aware of the realities of life. So I hope that the parents will be able to guide them well para naman hindi mahiwalay ng landas. Like I told you, kaya hindi nag-UP itong dalawa.
Mm.
Kasi baka maging assistant ni VP. Baka umakyat ng bundok. Kaya
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
baka umakyat ng bundok kaya hindi ko po. Because I knew already and I had to do something about it. The tendencies because of the indoctrination also made in another Catholic school. Exactly, so where is the moral ascendancy to lead us? To lead the country? Nasaan?
Mm.
Saan? Where is it based? Where is it grounded? So kaya, which now would lead us to thinking na kaya tayo ganito kasi yung leader natin walang moral ascendancy over us. Kaya kita mo hindi naman nakokontrol ng pulis ang mga batang nagbabaril ng ng kaklase. Ang mga batang gumulpe ng teacher dahil sinabihan na huwag maghikaw hanggang namatay ang teacher. And how old were these kids? 12, 13? Na magkapatid? Nakapatay ng teacher dahil sinabi huwag maghikaw? So ganun, because as above, so below, that's what I always say.
Correct.
You know, I
Correct.
always said that to Secmon because Secmon was always very happy with us in DTI, Secretary Ramon Lopez. And then I would just always respond to him by saying, Sir, as above, so below. Meaning, because you're like that, therefore I'm like this.
Yeah.
Ganon din si Secmon naman kay Presidente Duterte, as above, so below. Because President Duterte was like that, so Secmon was also as upright as him. 'Di ba gano'n lang 'yun, eh. Kung ano yung puno, gano'n ang bunga. Like I told you about your son. The fruit will not stray far away from the vine. Kung
Mm.
ano yung leader, gano'n din ang bunga. Gano'n din ang followers niya.
So
So,
this is why we're speaking up.
yeah, this is why we're speaking up. So, kung upright sana si BBM, di upright din sana yung mga taong nakapaligid sa kanya. Kasi kung upright siya, he will call them out. 'Di ba? If they're doing something wrong right under his nose and it's impossible that he doesn't know it, he'll call them out. But does he?
No, no, he
Does
doesn't. And
he?
you know why? Because he doesn't have the capacity. He's fully incapable of any moral ascendancy. Why would you to ask for all that from someone who is in a grip of a substance abuse disorder is like asking a 5-year-old to tie your necktie. It's totally impossible, no? Totally impossible talaga. Hindi niya kaya. So that what has happened to our government right now is that the very people, for instance, the DOJ, who are supposed to be who should embody justice, are the very embodiment of injustice, right? The ombudsman, who's supposed to be the embodiment of the fight against graft and corruption, is in fact the embodiment of graft and corruption by protecting this corrupt president, right? No,
Mm.
and this president, who's supposed to be the leader, is the antithesis to what a leader is. No, he's a tyrant, he's a
Yeah,
plunderer. You
yeah.
can never call someone like that a leader. He's definitely not a leader.
It's
No,
not.
so
You
look
know
at, yeah,
the
go
kind
ahead.
of leadership, that is so nice to watch.
Yeah.
That's just so nice to watch whether you like the person or not. Sige, remove all the
Mm,
personalities. In the first sauna of PRRD, or maybe the second sauna, there
mm,
were impeachment talks against Lenny Robredo,
yeah,
'di ba? And then in the sauna, he was supposed to read a 35-minute statement
mm,
as his sauna. That was all he was going to deliver. But
mm,
the usual, typical of President Duterte, he segued, 'di ba? Turned off the teleprompter, and just did spontaneous, extemporaneous speech.
that's his gift.
'Di ba? That's his gift. Yeah,
Gifted
exactly.
speaker talaga. Yeah.
You know what he said?
Mm,
Baka malabas natin yung videos nun from before. You
mm,
know what he said?
mm.
Huwag niyong pakialaman si Lenny. Binoto yan ng tao. Siya ang vice president. Do not impeach her.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what he said. With conviction, with passion, with all the gusto that he can muster. Do not touch Lenny.
yeah.
Binoto yan ng tao. I mean, hindi ko lang magaya masyado yung kanyang accent, pero,
I will not countenance it. He's not
di ba?
going to tolerate it. Yeah, he said.
Exactly. But imagine,
Yeah.
imagine kung ganyan sana ang presidente, wag niyong pakialaman si VP Sara, 32.5 million ang bumoto dyan. Of course, hindi naman niya sasabihin, mas mataas pa ang boto niya kaysa sa akin.
Mina minasahe pa yung sa akin.
Oo, 'di ba? Mas maraming bumoto sa kanya kaysa sa akin. Di niya na kailangan sabihin. But,
Yeah.
kung if you're really a leader and you're so secure about yourself as the president of the country, bakit ka papayag i-impeach ang vice president mo? At bakit ka papayag na yung tatay ng vice president mo na 80 years old ay ipapadala mo dun sa 7,500 miles away from us na meron naman tayong korte dito. If you're secure about yourself, your presidency, your position as president, or your pagkatao na lang, if you're secure enough, why will you do that?
Also, also PRRD had a very keen appreciation and knowledge and respect, reverence, in fact, for a democracy, di ba? So he knew that the votes of the Vice President Lenny then was something that you wouldn't fiddle with, di ba? Boses ng tao yan.
Right,
He
right.
never silenced anybody. In
That's
fact,
what he said nga,
yeah,
di ba?
yeah.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
So, isang beses, yung after nung SONA niya, nag-rally-rally yung mga CPP, bumaba siya, sumali siya doon, di ba? Kinausap niya.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
against the advice of his security, no? Because
ESG.
why?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
he understood democracy, no? That
Mhm.
this is the voice of the Filipino people, no? So, and no, one more thing, Ruth, I want to say something also. This is in connection to the the way that Bongbong Marcos is tearing the fabric of our society. It's also all of this kain suka, no? These people around that, they were known very, very vociferous voices against the Marcoses because of plunder and because of dictatorship, yung fascist, etc. But now look at them. Now
Yeah,
look at them.
yeah.
So what
I
are you
know a lot
teaching?
of them. I know so many
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, so what are you teaching our children? Are you not supposed to teach your children to be principled?
Mm.
'Diba? So what you're saying, what Chel Jokno is saying, the son of Pepe Jokno, who gave his life fighting the dictator Marcos because he was also a plunderer, what Chel Jokno is saying is that I will do anything. No, my principles don't matter just so I stay in power because it's their strategy, right? It's the Dilaw strategy to get back into power. But our children are watching us. What kind of nation are we that we have leaders, itong lalaki ng mga bunganga ninyo, no? Against Marcos for so many, many, many years, decades. And then suddenly, just because you're afraid of a Sara Duterte presidency and you want to obstruct, no, and silence the voice of democracy, you're going to turn around and suddenly you're conniving with the
Mhm.
master plunderer. 'Di ba? What are we teaching our children? 'Di ba? What are we teaching our children? That's
It's
my concern.
not only Chel no. How
Yeah.
about the Ninoy Aquino look-alike?
Yeah, Bam Aquino, Rixa Ontiveros, Kiko Pangilinan. I also heard that Manolo Quezon is now the ghost speechwriter of Bongbong Marcos, no? I don't know, is that true that he was the one who wrote the horrible SONA? What kind of SONA is that, 'di ba?
Oh my
So, I mean, these
The
people have no
secretary's report?
principles.
Or
Laila
the
de Lima, no?
yeah, yeah. Those who hated the Marcoses in the past, those who said that he's such a liar and he's a thief,
Plunderer, magnanakaw.
plunderer, magnanakaw,
Lenny Robredo,
are supporting him now?
yeah.
Parang ang hirap naman yata. I cannot fathom, I cannot understand. I'm actually mortified.
Yes, I am.
Paano,
I'm,
paano yun? Paano yun? Hindi ba you hated him to death?
yeah.
Now, just because there's a Sara Duterte who stands up to him,
Dude, there's only
super
ano,
love niyo na siya, hero niyo na siya, gusto niya siya nang ilagay sa pedestal. Ganun ba yun?
you can not like the vice president. That's your opinion. That's your right, 'di ba? But that doesn't mean you don't need to buy into the stupidity that's being sold to you by the CPP and the Dilaws, that loving the vice president, supporting her equals, you have to hating the vice president equals you have to love Marcos. No, that binary is so false. No,
Yeah.
if you don't like Marco, if you don't like Inda, you're perfectly uh that's
It's
your right.
perfectly fine. Yeah.
Perfectly fine. But does that mean that you have to support a plunderer? No, it doesn't. That's you know what it's called? It's called integrity. Okay. For the longest time, sinuka niya yan si Marcos, 'di ba? And then now,
Nirally-rally niyo pa nga sa EDSA noong
yeah.
1987, 'di ba?
And buti sana, has he shown us any reason for us to support him? On the contrary, he has shown us very clearly, no, that he is even worse than his father. Yung father niya na minura-mura ninyo, 'di ba? Tapos
Mhm.
itong CPP na ito, mga baliw na ito na inaano naman na sinasang-ayunan ng mga dilaw na ito, no, dati Martial Law Museum. Ngayon wala na yung Martial Law Museum, you can't hear it anymore. Now they're talking about EJK museums. Oh my God, 'di ba? And you know what's scary about that, no? You think it's funny, but it's a narrative.
Mhm.
Sila Eric explained it to us. The method in that madness of the CPP is they want that to be the narrative of our people, this EJK. So the stories that we tell our children are very powerful, even from before caveman period. The myths, no, the legends, the stories that they become part of our national identity. You want our national identity to be based on lies, 'di ba? No, so we have to
No,
fight
we want
this.
our national identity to be based on truth and
Yes.
facts.
And
Truth and
nobility.
facts alone.
Yeah, correct.
'Di
Correct.
ba?
That's right.
Kung ano lang yung totoo, wag na natin
Yeah.
sila, I mean, let's not let them grow up believing in these lies kasi tayo as adults, we know what happened. We
Yeah.
know what's happening. We know what transpired. We know what's before us now. Alam naman natin eh. So, wag na.
Ruth, Ruth also, parang for me, kasi we both have children,
Exasperating.
magkakaedad yung mga anak namin ni Ruth, no? Pagkatapos, pareho kami, gusto namin matalino yung mga anak namin. You know, and I hate it that they dumb down the discourse. I hate it. Because like for instance, that EJK thing, talaga, EJK, eh bakit nung pagpunta sa The Hague, sa ICC, wala kayong ma-produce, 'di
Mm,
ba?
yeah, yeah.
39 ba? Sabi niyo 27,000. Pagkatapos, itong si Christina Conti na binigyan ng pera ni Marcos 'yan, naglabas pa ng ad 'yan. Nagmamakaawa. Sino ba dito mga pamilya ng EJK, 'di ba? So, nandyan na sa preso na ang presidente natin, andyan na si PRRD, 81-year-old man, saka kayo maghahanap ng ebidensya. Katulad ng ginagawa nila sa vice president ngayon, 'di ba? And tapos ngayon, ito pa si Chel Jokno, sabi daw, dean ba yan? Dean talaga ng law school? Could you explain that to us, Ruth? That how outrageous that is? How does it, you're only looking for evidence pag napreso na before you accuse? Could you
It
explain
cannot
that to us?
happen. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
And only in the Philippines naman can a person be imprisoned ng walang ano, ng walang ebidensya, ng walang proceedings muna. Like what happened to the president at The Hague. 'Di ba? Ni wala namang nangyaring proceedings dito sa atin sa local courts. But he was sent there nonetheless. Only in the Philippines. Only I cannot believe how
So what are the
anyone.
implications? What are the implications, Ruth, to this, to the legal structure of the Philippines that this thing happened?
Well, in the Philippine judicial system, when you go to court, you need to be ready with all your evidence. When you file a complaint, naka-attach na lahat ng ebidensya mo doon sa complaint. Hindi ka maghihingi sa korte ng mag-issue ng subpoena para i-produce yung ebidensyang isasubmit mo. That's not done. That cannot be done. Kasi kailangan kumpleto ka na bago ka mag-file ng complaint o like in this case, o sige, the articles of impeachment. Kumpleto na yung evidence mo, lahat ng attachments mo when you file the articles of impeachment. Hindi yung pagdating mo sa, because the function of the Justice Committee is it's like the prosecutor's office, parang fiscal. 'Di ba, in the regular courts there's the prosecutor's office, otherwise known as the fiscal's office. Yung fiscal ang magdedetermine if there is probable cause for the case, for the accused, or in this case the respondent, to be indicted. Ibig sabihin, to be taken to court. Indictment means to take to court.
Mm.
So Ang nag-determine ng probable cause, the existence of probable cause in this case is the House Justice Committee. Sabi nila, may probable cause.
Mm.
Ang probable cause, nag-file ng impeachment, pero kulang-kulang naman pala ang documents. Ngayon, hihingi ng sabina sa impeachment court para mag-issue ng sabina sa BIR to produce documents. That's not done. That's not done kasi dapat kumpleto ka na bago ka nag-file niyan. Otherwise, kung apat yung impeachment articles mo, tanggalin mo na yung wala kang ebidensya. Hindi yung tsaka ka palang mag-fishing pagdating mo doon. It's another classic example of a fishing expedition na inargue ni Chel Jokno at ni Attorney Michael
So,
Poe.
what do you say to what the Chel Jokno said that kung wala ka naman tinatago, 'di ba? So ba't hindi mo ilabas yung ba't di mo i-open yung bank accounts mo? Lord, din yan ng law school, ah.
Yeah,
Anong
yeah.
comment mo dyan?
Oo nga funny nga How ironic for a dean of a law school to say something like that, to challenge anyone to do that. Kasi abogado siya dean nga siya, alam niya ang legal procedure Kahit ako walang tinatago, I still have rights.
Yeah.
May karapatan pa din ako na ilabas kung ano yung kailangan kong ilabas or kung gusto kong ilabas, 'di ba? I have rights. And my rights are protected under the Constitution. So kung kahit na wala akong tinatago, bakit ko ilalabas? Why will I give you the happiness of
Yeah.
seeing my documents that you want to see? Get it yourself. Find it yourself. If you can't, then you have no case against me. 'Di ba?
Therefore, therefore, Ruth, from the perspective of a layman, I found it outrageous that you don't have a case, you don't have evidence, but you've accused her, and then you're asking evidence, and that you're
From
asking
the
that from
court.
her, from someone that you've accused. Parang kapal
Yeah,
naman ng
yeah,
mukha
that's
mo.
right. Yeah.
It's outrageous, right?
It's, oh my gosh, it's preposterous. It's preposterous.
Shell Jokno, you're preposterous.
'Di ba? You file a case against me and you ask me to give you the documents that you will use or that you plan to use against me. Why will I give you that happiness? Why will I give you that satisfaction?
Yeah.
If you want to file a case against me, go find evidence if you can. But don't
Therefore,
expect me to provide you all that on a silver platter. Ano ba yun?
therefore, Ruth, from my understanding from my father all this time, no, is that the Constitution protects you from self-incrimination ba? Or from, am I correct? And
Yeah, you
from,
have rights. Well, this one is maybe considered self-incrimination also, but since there is nothing to incriminate, because
yeah,
if we
okay.
talk about them and they really have nothing to hide,
Yeah,
hindi naman sila rin ma-incriminate whether or not they release those documents. But the thing is, they have their rights. 'Di ba?
yeah.
Data
So,
privacy yan and it's
yeah.
protected by law. It's protected by no less than the Constitution. So, kung gusto nilang maghalongkat, maghanap sila.
So
Kaso
you
ang
mean to say,
problema,
oh, kaso go.
Kaso
Kaso.
ang problema, naka-file na yung impeachment case sa Senado, sa impeachment court, and then now they're going to ask the Supreme Court, the impeachment court to issue a subpoena to the BIR to release documents, to
Yeah.
produce documents for them, para ibigay sa kanila on a silver platter, ito ang ebidensya namin against the respondent. Nakuha namin from the BIR with the help of the Senate impeachment court. How lucky can they get? It
So
does not
so
happen
it
in real
says
life, by the way. Hindi po
it's
totoo yan. I've been a litigator. I'm a trained litigator for my 32 years in practice. Hindi po nangyayari yan sa
yung
totoong.
alin-alin yung hindi nangyayari. I'm sorry, say it again.
Yung ang ebidensya ko against you
Yeah.
ay makukuha ko on a silver platter handed to me by the agency handling the document upon orders of the court na naggamitin ko against you. That doesn't happen, my
Ano
dear.
dapat? Ano yung dapat?
You be ready with your own documents. You be ready with your own evidence when you take anyone to court. Pag dinemanda kita, kailangan kumpleto na yung ebidensya ko against you. Para pag nag-trial tayo, ready na akong i-submit one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all my evidence against Lorraine Badoy, Your
So
Honor.
any lawyer that says kung wala ka naman tinatago, ba't di mo ilabas? Is a walang kwentang lawyer, right?
Well, it's those are empty words. Those are useless words because
The
especially
audience,
if it's a lawyer talking, especially if it's a lawyer saying that, because the lawyer, any lawyer would know that everyone has rights.
I see.
We
So,
all have rights. So, hindi ko pwede kong pang-asar lang sa'yo na kung wala ka namang tinatago, bakit hindi mo pa ilabas? Pang-asar mo din sa akin, bakit ko naman ikaw bibigyan ng kaligayahan na i-hand over sa'yo ang gagamitin mo naman against me? 'Di ba?
but recently, Ruth, si Attorney Man Scarpio came out with a statement, 'di ba?
Mhm.
May I read it and then you tell me what you think about it, ha?
Yeah, yeah, please.
Okay, so I won't read the whole thing, okay? Um, okay. This is yung statement ni Attorney Mans. The submission of tax
Mm.
records is a procedural step ordered by the Senate Impeachment Court. It is not evidence of guilt. Like any documentary evidence presented before a judicial or quasi-judicial body, these records must first be examined, tested, and evaluated in accordance with the Constitution and the rules of the impeachment court. Our Constitution demands that every allegation be established through competent, credible, and admissible evidence. The production of documents merely allows the court to determine the relevance and evidentiary value. It does not establish liability, nor does it diminish the constitutional presumption of fairness that every respondent is entitled to. Respect for the rule of law requires allowing the Senate Impeachment Court to perform the constitutional mandate independently and without external influence.
Mhm.
So, because of this, no, they're handing over. They're handing over. So we recognize and respect the authority of the Senate Impeachment Court. We will comply with every lawful directive while fully exercising the constitutional rights available to every Filipino under our system of justice. Did I understand it right that he means that he's going to turn over documents because he says lawful? It's not lawful.
There's no order yet. There's no order yet. So whatever order the Senate Impeachment Court issues, he
Mm,
will comply.
I see. I see.
But
Okay,
but
so
okay, are you going to read the whole thing?
yeah. Could I? Okay,
Okay.
so responsible public discourse requires restraint. The submission of evidence should never be confused with proof of wrongdoing. The integrity of the impeachment process depends on allowing the court to evaluate the evidence objectively and render its judgment solely on the basis of facts and law. Transparency and accountability remain fundamental democratic values, but these must always be balanced with due process and respect for constitutional rights. The
Mhm.
strength of our democracy lies not in premature conclusions, but in the faithful observance of the rule of law, and justice is achieved through evidence, impartiality, and constitutional due process, not through assumption, speculation, or headlines. We are
Mhm.
confident the Senate Impeachment Court will faithfully discharge its constitutional responsibility with independence, fairness, and fidelity to the rule of law. What do you think about that?
He,
First of all, ano yung sinasabi ni Attorney Mans? Ano yung sinasabi niya? Help us understand.
um, there is no subject naman eh. There is no subject, diba? He does not say what it is.
Yeah.
But if these are documents or other evidence that the prosecution would want to be subpoenaed by the Senate Impeachment Court, we
Mm.
don't know that.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, if there is anything, what he's saying is whatever the impeachment court orders, he will comply. Susunod naman siya eh. But of course, he also leaves it up to the sound discretion of the impeachment court to give the order.
Question. The order hasn't been given yet. Didn't Bongbong Marcos already uh, allow the BIR to release the tax records of the vice president and
Meron na
attorneys?
ba? I'm not sure. Has it been today?
Well, yesterday I think, no,
Okay,
Bongbong
okay.
Marcos gave his go signal to it.
Mhm.
Are we surprised?
No. No, we're not
No, we're
surprised.
not. Not
Surprised.
at
We're
all.
actually expecting it.
Yeah,
We're
yeah, yeah. Of
expecting
course,
it.
definitely. Because
Yeah.
this whole Moro travesty of an impeachment is the brainchild of Bongbong Marcos and Lisa Marcos. Okay,
Yeah.
let's not fool ourselves.
Yeah. But
And
the thing is, so Attorney Carpio here
yeah,
leaves it now to the sound discretion of the Senate Impeachment Court to rule on the admissibility or the weight or the credibility that will be given on the evidence, on the documents that has been ordered released by the president. Parang ano na lang yan eh. It's like calling on the sound discretion of the members of the Senate Impeachment Court, whatever credence or weight, evidentiary weight, or credibility they will give to the documents that will be presented.
but but um, if there's anything that Bongbong Marcos has been very clear about, is that laws of our land no longer exist, di ba? I only need to look at PRRD in The Hague to know where this whole thing is going to, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going to a conviction of the vice president and then afterwards no election, 'di ba? But anyway, before that, no, before that, kasi naririnig ko yung mga kababayan natin, 'di ba, pag 2028 na parang meron silang inaasahan na gano'n, no?
Wait,
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
you leave that topic,
Yeah.
uh, uh, you said, diba, his word, he sent the President Duterte to The Hague anyway.
Yeah.
Di ba sinabi din naman niya that na hindi siya nakikialam sa impeachment case ni VP Sara?
Yeah.
Kung hindi siya nakikialam, why did they give the order? Kung
Yeah.
hindi siya nakikialam, edi sana let the proceedings take its course the natural way without him intervening or without him providing an order for the
Yeah.
release of these documents to the Senate Impeachment Court.
Kaya
So,
-27, Ruth.
the weight of his word
Nothing.
tuloy na nawawala, nagiging hangin to
Because
me, as an ordinary person, nagiging hangin tuloy ang yung sinasabi.
and again, no, that's very dangerous if you're a leader supposedly, no? Kasi malaking bagay yung tiwala ng taong bayan sa kanilang leader.
Yeah, yeah.
Pinakamahalaga 'yon, no?
Mm.
Pero Ruth, yung tanong ko dito, yung pag-allow ng ganyan, no, ni Bongbong Marcos, doesn't that set a dangerous precedent? Doesn't it? Or no? I mean, okay, he allowed it, no? So when it's his turn, we can do the same thing to him. So that's a good thing.
Exactly. And even the senators should fear for their lives.
Yeah.
'Di ba? In
Yeah.
2028, come 2028, whoever becomes president, the people will rally, 'di ba? For the opening of flood control issues, all the corruption issues, lahat 'yan mabuksan natin and ma-persecute lahat ng ma-prosecute lahat ng dapat i-prosecute. Dadating din naman ang time na 'yan, pero um wala naman right now, all we can do is hope and pray
Yeah.
that the Senate Impeachment Court will be guided morally by the Holy Spirit and just fairness na lang, fairness and sound discretion sana ang mag-prevail sa kanila.
So you're still there. I mean, you believe it, that it's possible.
I believe in miracles,
Okay.
I
All
believe
right.
in spiritual guidance. So sana mag-guide sila.
Yeah,
Yung
so
truth, we're not we're not after baka ma ano din, I mean, people might think that we're just so pro VP Sara. We're pro the truth, but we're just confident that the truth will come out in favor of VP Sara kasi hindi siya ganyan magiging katapang kung marami siyang tinatago or kung meron siyang tinatago from the very beginning. At the outset, she already said she wants a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Because she knows she has nothing to hide.
She's malinis. Yeah,
Kaya
but
excited siya dyan sa impeachment case na yan. Kaya lang, of course, her lawyers had a different strategy in the first impeachment complaint, di ba? So they went up to the Supreme Court, kaya hindi natuloy the first impeachment case. And now here we are in the second impeachment case. That's another thing I will say pala. You cannot prevent lawyers then, like Attorney Manscarpio, will have his own set of lawyers. You cannot prevent his lawyers naman from taking another legal
mm,
strategy
yeah,
supported by law
yeah.
to 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 take a recourse or to get another recourse in order to protect the interest of Attorney Manscarpio.
But
And this,
in as far as the Vice President and Attorney Mans are concerned, iisa yung boses nila. We're not hiding anything,
we're not,
right?
yeah, they're not hiding anything. That's why they're like that eh.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Kaya lang nga, the weight and the credibility, alam mo naman, this is a semi-political, semi-judicial proceeding. So, 'di ba? Semi-constitutional, semi-political. We don't know. Kaya we just hope and pray. I still believe in miracles. Sana truth talaga ang mag-prevail dito.
Pero kasi Ruth, no, you're saying kasi na the truth will come out, etc., di ba? But Senator Marcoleta is in jail
Mm.
right now. He's incarcerated right now,
Yeah.
supposedly because of plunder, 'di ba? Like the ombudsman invented a new definition for plunder, right?
Mm.
Not anymore in accordance with the law, right? So, um, and then now there's another one, no? Senator Alan Peter Cayetano is
Mhm.
going to be next, no? And then after that, they're running after Lauren Legarda and
And
Congressman Leon Leviste, right?
Leandro
So,
Leviste. Yeah.
um, very, very clearly, they really are running after their perceived political foes,
Yeah.
especially those who are going to get in the way of their plans for Philippine domination beyond 2028, and for them not to be investigated when it comes to the flood control. But that's very clear naman. No?
True.
So, right? No? So, um, I have a question pala, Ruth. During the impeachment, um, the first it started in Congress, 'di ba? And then si Madriaga was named the star witness, 'di ba? Of the prosecution, sila Beatrix, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Pero suddenly now, yung kanilang star witness, sabi ni what's his name, Ligutan, they're not
Mm.
going to let him,
Lawyer.
yeah, they're not gonna question him anymore. They're not going to let him talk now. So, what does that mean? Wasn't he the star witness? So,
Mhm.
could you run us through it na your star witness hindi mo papasalitain?
Madriaga?
Yeah, Madriaga.
Because he has made lies after lies after lies.
Mm. Yeah.
He will not stand scrutiny by the defense counsel. Alam ng prosecution yan. He will
Mm.
not stand scrutiny by the senator judges. And
Mm.
the prosecution knows that. Kasi iba-iba yung statement eh. Mai-impeach lang as a witness yang si Madriaga sa dami ng sinungaling niya. And it's very easy to impeach him as a witness. To impeach a witness meaning to disqualify him to testify.
Oh, is that the word? Impeach? That's the
Yeah, to
word?
impeach a witness, oo.
So,
I-disqualify mo siya as witness, ibig sabihin eh, hindi na siya pwedeng mag-testify or kung naka-testify na siya ay i-strike off the record lahat ng sinabi niya, lahat ng tinestify niya. So it's just going to be a waste of time.
is that the only reason for the prosecution not to call their another star witness, is that he's not credible? That the only reason, or could there be other reasons?
Um, yes. Makakasira lang siya sa ginagawa nilang prosecution kasi wala namang sasabihing tama yung Madriaga.
So,
Kaya,
funeral.
ha?
Funeral talaga. Funeral talaga,
Ah,
katulad ng sinabi ni Attorney Paolo.
it's a, anong tawag doon? It's a death wish. Tama ba?
Kiss of death. Kiss of
A
death.
kiss of death. O yun. It's a kiss of death pagka nilagay. Pag
But
nil
wait a minute. But wait a minute. Do they have any credible witnesses ba so far? Have they
ah,
presented any credible witness?
so
They have
far?
these two the bank manager and the ganyan. What was the purpose of that bank manager
Oh.
testimony? What was that about?
The first witness presented was Miss Violeta something,
Mm,
bank manager of Shaw Boulevard branch, where the OVP is located in Mandaluyong.
mm,
Um, she just testified as to the existence of the checks
mm,
worth 125 million each, four checks worth 125 million each. So that's 500 million that were encashed
mm.
by Gina Acosta, an employee, and the the special disbursing officer of the OVP,
OVP.
the duly designated disbursing officer of the
Mm.
OVP. So yun lang naman yun, that she really encashed the checks and got 125 million pesos four times.
So of what worth is that to the narrative of the prosecution, the accusations? Of what worth is that?
That
There's
there
nothing
was
illegal about that.
that there was nothing illegal about that. No, they were not able to prove that. Only as to the existence of the encashment and the existence of the money that was taken from the bank. 425. So that's 500 million. Yun lang. Yun lang. And then there was some sort of a the bank manager kasi mentioned the word unusual. She found it unusual that there was a withdrawal of such huge amount. So there was a debate
Ah, I
among the
see.
senator judges, the debate among the senator judges ng whether it's unusual or suspicious. Kaduda-duda meaning. And then it was Senator Bam Aquino, I remember, who said na, so kaduda-duda ho yung withdrawals na ginawa. And then the bank manager said, wala ho akong sinabing kaduda-duda.
Kayo yun. Ikaw yun, cosplay.
You cannot put words in the mouth of a witness kasi if the witness, especially if the witness is upright, like I'm sure the bank managers were, hindi magsisinungaling and they will not budge. Alam mo yon, hindi naman politiko yung mga yan, hindi naman yan mga, especially that they are retired already, 'di ba? So there, it was unusual because of the amount probably. I don't know if the OVP had previous if previous OVPs had confidential funds or how much their confidential funds were or how they were used. But this time we know how confidential funds are used somehow. And then the other bank manager, the one in DepEd, was also presented ng encashment naman of 37 million peso worth ng checks
Mm,
twice payable to Edward Fajarda, the special disbursing officer of DepEd.
mm.
And there was and the bank manager said that the transaction was above board, it was legal, so it was never, no question, no hitches. But it was unusual. Again, the word unusual was mentioned.
Mm.
And then, so medyo usap-usap na naman, isip-isip na naman about the word unusual. And then Senator Alan Cayetano stood up and said that he remembers that it's the first time that the Department of Education has ever had confidential funds. So first time na nagkaroon ng confi funds ang DepEd under the leadership of Vice President Sara Duterte. Kaya may ganong kalaking withdrawal doon sa Land Bank DepEd. Hindi na lang masyadong na-elaborate during the hearing, but that explains it. Kaya nagkaroon ng unusual withdrawal because of the amount ay
Mm,
dahil first
that's
time
fine.
nagkaroon ng gano'n siguro kalaking amount na kailangan i-withdraw because you cannot use confidential funds through checks. I mean, you cannot disperse confidential funds through checks or credit card or ano, hindi naman pwede.
Kaya
Cash
pala,
in cash yun, di ba?
you know what? Kaya pala na namayagpag ang CPP, NPA, NDF sa mga eskwela ng mga anak natin. Kasi wala palang confidential funds noon, 'di ba? Na
Yeah.
hindi nila napansin na naging recruitment centers na pala yung mga eskwela ng mga anak natin. And we cannot even count anymore the number of our children who have died as NPAs because Bayan Muna, Gabriela Youth, Kabataan, Anak Bayan, LFS are there in our schools, no? And we're not talking about college, ah. We're talking about high school.
High
They're
school.
already there. And even in St. Scholastica's College, where Mary Jan Manansan is a central committee member,
And
kids as young,
the nun, yung
the
madre,
nuns, yes, the nun, as young as grade 2, are already nag ano na, pinaprime na sila na maging aktivista, 'di ba? There's nothing wrong with about being an activist, only it's just unfortunate because the Philippines, the CPP, NPA, NDF have stolen that word and made it their own to make it mean whatever they want it to mean, which means uh, terorista, 'di ba? So, buti na lang nandiyan. And can you explain, no? Kasi we have to wrap up na kasi Ruth, but can you at least explain? Kasi lagi nilang sinasabi, si Vice President daw, ginastos lang niya 11 days yung 125, no? Yung 125 million. Can you explain what that means?
hindi ba ang procedure in government at by year end, the financial books close. Pagka
Also, wait a minute. Because what they're again, it's the CPP and Dilaw a narrative of dumbing down the discourse. No, that they make it seem as if
there is
the vice
wrong.
president went to Marcos and said, pahinging 125 million and then binabasa pa niya. Parang ganun, hiningi, tapos winaldas. Yan ang ano nila. So could you please educate our citizens? No.
Wasn't it volunteered? Or
It
hiningi
was.
ni Vice President Sara yung
Yeah.
confidential funds. O, hiningi
Yeah.
niya. And then the DBM, there was an order from Executive Secretary Bersamin at that time,
Mm.
upon authority of the President, to
Mm.
grant that amount of confidential funds, 125 million. Yun yung
Yeah.
December 2023,
Yeah.
to release it to VP Sara.
Yeah.
So it went through DBM, para si DBM ang mag-release ng funds sa was this DepEd?
Mm.
OVP. Ni-release ng DBM sa OVP December 20.
Mm.
So meaning the OVP had 11 days until December 31 to spend the money because in government financial books close at the year end on the last day of the year. So anything that is unspent ng December 31, unspent or unappropriated, ibabalik sa National Treasury. So may hirapan ka ng kuhanin yun next year. You will have to ask for it again. Hihingi ka na naman para magamit mo yung pera o makakuha ka ng ganong pera. So, winidraw yung buong 125 million and dinisburse. Ginastos.
Mm.
Ginastos na in a span of 11 days. Which is not hard to do. Kasi organizations ang kausap mo. At ikaw, you're more familiar kung
Yeah.
saan
Okay.
napupunta, kung saan ginagamit yung confidential funds. It was not hard to finish 125 million
So,
kasi sa isa pa lang, ang commitment mo na because you want to get this much intelligence information, ganito kalaki yung gagastusin mo, di ba?
yeah.
So,
Also,
in other words, 11 days naubos yung pera, nagamit yung pera, there is nothing wrong with it. Ang importante, na-disburse niya. Kaya
and
nga
I think
mataas ang
And
Ha?
I think, Ruth, the correct word is not gastos. It was allocated
Na
already. But
appropriate.
because
Yes. Yes.
when you ask for funding, no, you give a list where you're going to put it. Sa madaling salita, ang Vice President natin, alam niya yung trabaho niya, no? Kasi alam
Alam
niya
niyo kung
pagdating
saan
ng
niya
pera,
gagamitin. Right, right.
dito ibibigay ko ito, para bang nag-grocery siya, 'di ba? Tapos may
Oo.
grocery list ka. Alam mo
Mhm.
na kung saan mo ilalagay. Tapos ang kagandahan sa Vice President, ng OVP, I just found out, no, Ruth, the
Mhm.
utilization rate of the OVP is 92.32%. The
Mhm.
utilization rate of the Office of the President is 43%. So wait a minute, explain natin 'yon kasi yung sinasabi ni Attorney Ruth, no, na pagdating ng December 30 at hindi nagastos 'yon, babalik 'yon sa National Treasury.
Mhm.
Ang ibig sabihin nun, yung pera na isinole, napunta sana sa taong bayan 'yon, sa mga serbisyo. So,
Mhm.
sayang, 'di ba? Pera natin 'yun eh, 'di ba? So ang isang opisyal na alam niya yung trabaho niya, tinatranslate niya yung pera na 'yon sa serbisyo at ikabubuti ng mga kababayan natin. So itong si Bongbong Marcos, ang utilization rate nila 43%, hindi niya alam yung trabaho niya. Ang alam lang niya tungkol sa pera ay magnakaw. Yun lang ang alam niya. Go ahead, Ruth. Yeah.
Hindi niya alam kung saang
Hindi
anong
alam.
basic services paglalaanan ng
Hindi
pera
alam.
sa dami ng basic services na kailangang pondohan. So
Yeah.
that's what happened yung sa 11 days na yon. Um, na disburse, na appropriate within 11 days ang 125 million, which is not impossible and which is also not hard to do.
Maningit
Kasi
pa nga yun eh.
alam na ni VP kung saan niya gagamitin yung pera
Yeah.
eh.
Yeah.
Hinihintay niya na ngang ma-release, 'di ba? Eh
Yeah.
kaso on the 11th hour tsaka na-release. O di magmamadali siyang ubusin 'yon or gamitin na.
Mm.
And she knew even
Yeah.
before it was released, she knew already where the money was going to go. 'Di
Yeah.
ba? Kaya
Yeah.
hindi mahirap ubusin within 11 days.
At saka kung papansinin niyo ang Vice President, 'di ba nag-speech siya sa The Hague, ganda-ganda nung speech niya. Pero kung papansinin niyo siya, kakaiba siya kasi maayos siya mag-isip. O yung ano, next time natin pag-uusapan niya, nandito ako ngayon para pag-usapan yung ICC. Ganon, 'di ba? So, sa madaling salita,
Very compartmentalized siya.
oo, yan, nagko-compartmentalize siya. At
Yeah.
saka para siyang may flowchart parati sa utak niya na talagang kailangan maayos, structured ang Vice President, no? Kaya nga napakahusay niya kasi alam niya talaga kaya tinan niyo siya kung tumayo siya diyan, hindi siya natatakot kasi alam na alam niya yung kanyang trabaho, no?
At saka hindi nagsistutter.
Hindi adik eh. Hindi siya, alam mo kasi unang-una sa lahat, tama talaga yung trust rating ng Vice President kasi talaga hindi siya magnanakaw, 'di ba? Yun yung kahirapan when you're saddled with a -27, you're
Mm.
basically no longer, you're useless already kasi kinuha na ng taong binawi na yung tiwala sa iyo. So, you're useless.
The
The
mandate, binawi na yung mandate sa'yo.
binawi na yung mandato, no? So, Attorney Ruth, we ran out of time. I'm
Kaya we
sorry.
ran out of time. Pero
Yeah,
meron
yeah.
pa akong ikukwento.
Okay, please. Yeah.
Kwento lang about terrorism,
Yeah.
communism,
Yes,
ganyan.
yes.
EDSA revolution, the
Yeah.
influence, diba?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, when I was in high school, I studied in Catholic schools all the way.
Yeah.
So when I was in high school, utusan kami ng mga madre na this was around 1985, 86, ganyan. Utusan kami ng mga madre na magmarcha along Aurora Boulevard,
Mm.
carrying placards na ibagsak si Marcos, iganyan ang gobyerno, basta ganyan. So kami, I was what, 13, 14? We didn't know what it was. We didn't know what it meant, but we were happy to be out of the campus. We
Yeah.
were happy marching along Aurora Boulevard with our friends, 'di
Mm.
ba?
Mm.
Feeling namin field trip. Wow, field trip. Pero may mga dala kaming banners that
Mm.
yung mga nakasulat doon sa banners and placards na yon only dictated by the madre.
Yeah.
running the school.
Mm.
So ganyan din ang ginagawa, 'di ba na-mention mo kanina that the schools are being uh,
Infiltrated.
the centers for indoctrination ng
And
communist
radicalization of the CPP.
radicalization. So even I came from that school kasi yung mga madre mismo ang nag-uutos sa amin na lumabas kami doon sa kalye at magdala ng placard na nakasulat ganyan ganyan eh. So so with this, I hope that everyone watches our children, especially the younger ones. Dahil formative years pa yan, wala pa silang sarili nilang conclusions about life. They're still not very much aware of the realities of life. So I hope that the parents will be able to guide them well para naman hindi mahiwalay ng landas. Like I told you, kaya hindi nag-UP itong dalawa.
Mm.
Kasi baka maging assistant ni VP. Baka umakyat ng bundok. Kaya,
Yeah, yeah,
baka
yeah.
umakyat ng bundok kaya hindi ko po. Because I knew already and I had to do something about it. The tendencies because of the indoctrination also made in another Catholic school.
That's why the CEAP, the Catholic Education's Association something something, all Catholic schools are there. It's infiltrated by the CPP. No,
Oh.
pareho tayo nung ating experience na yung mga madre namin mismo ang
Mm.
nagtuturo sa amin at yung mga pare, no. So, nung napunta na ako sa NTF-ELCAC, kaya hindi ako tumitigil kasi nakita ko yung katotohanan na and a lot of things started falling into place. Ayun pala yun. Yun pala
Mm.
yun kung bakit, no. So, um, yung minimithi kasi nating bansa, no, hindi mangyayari yan habang nandyan ang CPP, NPA, NDF. At habang nandyan ang mga politikong nakikipagkuntsabahan sa kanila, katulad ng ginagawa ni Bongbong Marcos at ni Martin Romualdez ngayon, no? So, ah, nakakatakot kasi, well, wag tayo na matakot, no? Pero delikado kasi andyan sila sa simbahan, andyan sila sa mga eskwela natin, andyan sa media, ito mga institution that shapes our minds, our opinions, our mindsets, 'di ba? So, kailangan magkaisa tayo dito kasi ano, sandali na lang kami, no? Palabas kami, ang mga anak natin ang matitira. At nakakaawa ang Pilipinas dito sa ginawa ni Bongbong Marcos, no, na yung pagtatraidor niya, yan ang betrayal of public trust, na nakipagkuntsabahan siya sa enemies of the state, ang CPP, NPA, NDF, no, na nung panahon ni PRRD ay napadapa na natin, no. So, pero magkakasama tayo dito, no. So, Attorney Ruth, one more before you go. Yeah.
Yeah, you said sandali na lang tayo.
Yeah.
That's true, sandali na
It's
lang
true.
tayo.
Yeah.
At yung mga anak natin, mga bata na maiiwan, sana while we're here, ma, ma, madala natin sila kung saan yung tama. I mean, tamang daan, tamang
Lagpas. Yeah.
paniniwala, tamang beliefs, tamang we do not want a communist country. We do not want a communist way of life. Kasi lahat tayo sanay na in a democratic way of life. But everyone who grew up in the Philippines, ayaw natin ng communism. So, kung ayaw natin ng communism, please, let's all help each other. Ayaw natin ng lumaki yung mga anak natin o maiiwan natin yung mga anak natin na under a repressive leadership, under a communist leadership. Halo-halo na sila kasi nagsama-sama sila. So, is this what we want for our children? Or while we're still alive, is this what we want for us while we're still here on earth? Just a thought. Just a thought that maybe we can ponder on.
Also, the CPP, NPA, NDF is more terrorist than communist, no? So, isang cover nila yun. Syempre may communist beliefs sila, pero actually malaking sindikato yan at ang isa sa mga maskara nila ay kunyari komunistang komunista sila. Pero yung mga communist countries all over the world, matagal nang dumistansya sa kanila kasi kilala nila na mga terorista ito at saka mga sindikato na pero yung kagandahan dito ay mulat na tayo kung ano yung CPP, NPA, NDF at gusto ba natin yon, 'di ba? Plus syempre napakasama din na nagkaroon tayo ng ganitong gobyerno, no, na walang pagmamahal sa bayan itong mga ito. So, okay lang kasi nandito naman tayo.